In this video, I'm going to show you how to place the passenger side outer upper tie rod on this Ford F-350. This is what connects to your drag link and of course turns your wheels. You do need an alignment after this job is done, so keep that in mind. Let's get started. If your wheels have some center caps like these, or lug nut covers I should say, then you're going to want to remove them. Use a pry bar and find the slot that allows you to pry these off. Pull it off the rest of the way, and then you can use a 21mm socket and remove all 8 lug nuts that hold the wheel on, and then of course remove the wheel. Let's remove the cotter pin that locks this mounting nut in. Hopefully yours isn't seized in there. A lot of times that happens. I'm going to use some cutters and pull it through. Use a 21mm socket and remove this mounting nut. That little washer wasn't really supposed to come off, but that's okay. I'm going to put this right back on and now hammer right here, and that should break this tie rod free from the stud that actually goes up through to this upper tie rod. All right, remove the mounting nut the rest of the way. All right, now this one has to go up, so I'm going to hammer the knuckle to try to break this free and then hammer the stud upwards. There we go. Use a 15mm socket and loosen up both of these clamps. You don't necessarily have to remove the hardware, mine just happened to come off. At the top of the sway bar link, we'll have to disconnect the mounting nut that holds this on so we can lift the sway bar so we can make space for our tie rod and adjusting sleeve to go up. The stud is spinning, but there is a cutout at the bottom, so I'm just going to hold this with a wrench. You can use an 18mm wrench to do that. Do the same to the other side. With both sides disconnected, using a pry bar, lift up on the sway bar. And now, lift up your tie rod. There it goes. Using a pry bar, stick it right in the split of this sleeve, tap it in with a hammer. Now you want to use this same pry bar to spin it if needed, so you can face it towards you, and that'll open up the threads and allow you to remove your tie rod a lot easier. Now use whatever you have to. I'm going to go for a pipe wrench so I can get a better grip on this. Remove the tie rod and count the amount of turns it takes to remove it so we can put it back the same amount of turns. Keep in mind the stud faces down, so already I went about 1/3 of a turn. Unlike the other side of this sleeve, this tie rod is regular thread, not left-handed thread, so turn it to the left and remove it. Count the amount of turns that it takes to remove it so we can put it back the same amount of turns. That way you can get close to how the alignment was prior. "27.5 turns for me, almost 28. For you, it's going to be different, but remember whatever number you have so you can put it back the same amount. Take your outer tie rod and apply some anti-seize to these threads. Apply anti-seize inside of the sleeve as well, and thread this on the same amount of turns that it took to remove the old one. Right there. Making sure that the tie rod and the drag link ends are not at a severe angle. Try to get them as flat as possible. Tighten these up, these two sleeves. We're going to use a 13mm headed wrench on the bolt side for this clamp and a 15mm socket on the nut. Torque these to 41 foot-pounds. Insert your tie rod through the knuckle Bring the sway bar back down on the sway bar links. Install the mounting nuts. Snug them up. The torque for these is 59 foot-pounds. Bring in the lower outer tie rod and reconnect it. Put on the mounting nut. Snug this up. And we'll torque this to 85 foot-pounds. This being a castle nut, you have to continue tightening until the next slot lines up for the cotter pin. Never loosen no matter how close it is. So I'm going to go a little bit further. And that right there is perfectly lined up for me. So let's put the cotter pin through, slide it in, and bend it over to lock it in. Let's get the wheel back on. Start on all 8 lug nuts, bottom them out in a cross pattern, and also in a cross pattern, torque them to 165 foot-pounds. $165 in a cross pattern, here we go. Double check them if you want. I know that mine are tight. So put the cover back on if your truck had it. Job is done. Don't forget to get in alignment.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.